Welcome back. The Hans Seidel Foundation and the IPPR today hosted talks to take a look into SME financing in Namibia. After the collapse of the SME Bank in 2017, what are the options for support for this long neglected but vital sector for the Namibian economy? To answer that and more, we are now joined by Martha Nangolo, one of the presenters on today's discussion. Very good evening, Martha. Ms. Nangolo, thank you so much for joining us.
Very good evening. How are you?
Very well, thank you. I hope you're doing well as well. Let's dive into it and maybe just find out from you if you can explain to us what the significance of financing constraint for SMEs in Namibia is.
Well, there are quite a few to mention. Now, I think I'll mention a few, but we can start off by looking at a lack of collateral for traditional loan providers, looking at, for instance, both non-banking and banking, structural inequalities in accessing traditional financing. You also find that they also have a difficulty in accessing certain loan types, like, for example, business revolving credit, and that's due to collateral requirements and potentially unfavorable terms and high costs that are associated with fast financing schemes, like, for instance, contract and tender financing, just to mention a few.
All right. And how then can financial institutions improve access to finance for SMEs in Namibia?
They can offer responsible collateral-free microfinancing products, from both banking as well as non-banking entities. One could also provide mentorship and business coaching to better equip SMEs for financial management and loan application processes. You could also leverage from the credit guarantee schemes to provide collateral coverages for SMEs, or even establish a specialized program like, for instance, what Bank Windhoek is doing with the eSME to offer tailored financial solutions to SMEs.
All right. And are there any other financing options available for SMEs in the country?
There are so many. The problem is not that there's not necessarily money in the country or in the economy. It's more an access to that money. Just to mention a few, we have overdraft facilities from commercial banks, business revolving credit plans, property finance or business mortgage plans, vehicle and asset financing, contract and tender financing, savings and investment products and cooperative financing, infrastructure financing, and so many more.
All right, now, let's talk about technology now. How can technology be leveraged to improve SMEs financing?
I think the different digital platforms can connect SMEs with potential investors and financiers to make their lives easier. Online marketplaces can showcase SMEs by providing them, for instance, with a platform to attract funding through different various means. Technology-driven solutions can also automate and streamline the loan applications and approval processes, which brings efficiency. And then finally, fintech solutions can provide alternative credit scoring models that enable better risk assessments as well as financial inclusion for SMEs.
Very well. And of course, when you talk about, the role of SMEs, there are so many, of course, to personal entrepreneurs in the country. But help us understand the role of small and medium enterprises what the role that they play in the economy. Yeah.
So SMEs are very crucial drivers to the economic growth and innovation because they are more flexible than corporates, because corporates are more ruled by governance structures. They also play a very significant role in generating employment opportunities. For instance, SMEs often fill market gaps that are not addressed by larger corporations. They also foster competition by bringing diversity to the market, as well as often driving local economies by promoting regional development and community growth.
So what then necessitated yourself and Hafeni Tulongeni Amkoto to write a paper on this matter?
I think there is a need to establish how big the SME sector is here in Namibia. And by doing this introductory paper, this was a starting point to kind of get the ball rolling in the right direction. Hopefully we can get a positive response from stakeholders to give their input and to participate and contribute in the success of the SME sector in Namibia.
We do understand, of course, that the talk started today. Can you share with us what were some of the outcomes of the earlier discussion hosted today?
The outcomes was a positive one, with people saying that they found the information interesting and it was very much needed. There was a lot of people that felt that there needed to be more data on the sector, possibly a survey to be done on the sector. That's an example that's, for instance, being done in South Africa, where they have an SME survey that happens once in a while, and this can obviously bring to light the issues that are pertaining to SMEs. But this can obviously be preferably championed by more established institutions like the NIPDB or DBN that have resources and the mandate to get this done and bring stakeholders together.
Martha Nangolo, thank you so much for making the time to talk to us. We wish you all the best. Yeah.
Thank you.
Martha Nangolo, one of the presenters of the Hans Seidel Foundation and the IPPR. Of course, they hosted an event today. Let's go to weather and take a look what's making the headlines here.